Yes, hello and welcome to the Winter Series 2020. I am joined by Jeoku, and today we are taking an adventure into the playoffs.
How's it going, everyone?
And
It's um,
once again, we're here on Myth 2, Soul Blighter. So, the way the qualifying rounds have worked out is that you have the Apple Scrappers. They've won all 6 of their matches. They've only lost one of the games. They didn't end up facing much, competition in the QRs, or at least no other team was taking it as serious as them, or perhaps they were just making it look easy. So they went 12-1 overall. Next up, you have the Secret Mything Service. They went 3 match wins, 3 match losses. Drawing an even 8 wins and 8 losses. So they ended up with the second seed, that's Jahral and Bridgestone. In third place, we have Garnish's team, known as OverDish, which featured many different mythers, from Zach Nafine to YOLO to Mouse Leisure to Overdose. And they were able to win 1 match. They lost 3 of their matches, and they ended up having to forfeit a match, not playing it within the time frame for the QRs. It was against WalterSpyder, who I will get to in a second. But they were able to win 3 of their games. They lost 6 of them, it looks like. And so they'd be matched up to play the Secret Mything Service in the first round of the playoffs. Meanwhile, the 4th seed, WalterSpyder, consisting of Walter, Wight, and Spyder, they were unable to win any of their matches in the QRs, going 0-4. But they were able to win 2 of the games, losing 6 of them. So just a very small difference in scoring resulted in 3rd and 4th place having a difference there. And they will be matched up against the Apple Scrappers, the number 1 seed. So let's just hop right into it.
Yeah, so probably the best bet against to overtop Thal and Spoon is probably Jahral and Bridgestone, but we'll see what happens. The qualifying round is just the beginning, teams getting their chemistry together. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so ideally, if the top seeds win their initial matches, they're going to be matching up in round 2. I did like some odds-based predictions based on the results they already had, and it was like the Apple Scrappers had an 85% chance to win their first match against WalterSpyder team, and SMS had a 56% chance to overcome the OverDish. So we'll just have to see. First match, Apple Scrappers versus WalterSpyder. Let me close out a myth real quick.
Sure, man. What is this Oliver map you're looking at?
Oh, that's the Great Divide. I was just testing something out, but it's gonna end up being a good little intro there. Game sounds kind of loud. So, Apple Scrappers versus WalterSpyder.
Yeah, let's see if Walter and I can get a win on him.
Yeah, I mean, so far Thal and Spoon completely untouchable.
Mm-hmm. Well, with the exception of a couple of matches, there's like 2 or 3.
And Walter and Spyder just having a tough time to get things going, but I mean, all the teams are now in the bracket, so let's see if they choose to play a little bit safer and maybe, come away with an upset. But
yeah, I mean,
So we got Spyder on the Tro. He's got the Herons. Walter's gonna take the rest of the units for his team. They only got one Warlock and a more. 2 Warlocks for Thal's team. Thal is gonna rock the Tro. All the artillery going to Spoon. Got about 3 pus goals to 3 pus goals. And the teams see each other pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what they got instead of the Warlock.
Probably.
No.
Both teams got the same number of Herons. I'd say it'd probably be another Maul or something.
Yeah.
2 Mauls.
Yeah, probably.
4 points apiece for 8.
He's gonna sneak that Warlock.
Spider's going in aggressive.
Nice. That was a nice sneak.
Aggressive. They're trying to get a Tro Trap, but unable to knock it off there. Ooh. Spoon not able to do much damage with this artillery, and you just have so much aggression coming from Spyder and Walter right now.
He did a stun lock with the heals. Oh, that Warlock. Oh, no. Oh,
they need to heal the Tro.
Looks like Walter Wight. They got the lead. They got the lead on this board by a good amount. That was a pretty good push.
Yeah, the Tro almost falls to pieces, but yeah, I mean they come away with a huge advantage there.
They gotta group their soldiers or their units up. Don't spread them out. Like that was a waste right there. Get your units grouped. You know.
Walter and Spyder still have their artillery alive. They didn't even use it in the fight.
Yeah. Get all your units grouped and then go get them on the hill, and make the trial come to your forces together. They kind of screwed up by having their mortar and warlocks ready. Yay, nice ring of fire. Don't run into it with your. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? Why?
Ooh. Thal able to take down the Tro. Big move there. Power play. This is Thal and Spoon doing their thing, man. And I think Spoon has a pus coming in right now. We'll have to see.
Why did he run into the ring of fire? I have so many questions. No, guys, don't chase him. Just go get the hill. You know, you don't got to do this. Go get the hill and just sit tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they got 6 minutes here.
Okay, they're just trying to get it.
The thing is, the ring of fire will probably just take the Tro out. So.
Yeah, you just play defense, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, stop running away, just go take the hill and be patient.
They're only sending that 1 Maul there. They're kind of bunched up like this pus. They're actually pretty close to this artillery. Yo, they just blew up their own. Oh no, there's the pus. He gets off the fire ring though.
Oh,
alright, they're still alive.
Don't kid. Okay, I thought the Warlock would take damage from the fire. Okay, maybe I remember things wrong. Oh well.
Woo!
Yeah. Why would you kill your own units?
I think that was an accident there. He was trying to take a shot at the goal, but the mortar ran in front of the Warlock. He forgot to put it on a stop command. A little spacebar action never occurred. I mean, this is still pretty close. I mean, this ball's sticking out a little bit. I want Thal to go kick it and just run immediately, but there might be too many units left for this Tro to take out. Like maybe if there were 3 left, you'd at least have a better chance. This pus never able to go off, unfortunately. Oh, the Wight! The Wight's moving in.
Like hilarious. Such a longer map than it needs to be.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, this is far more down to the wire than I would have thought of. But what a way for the playoffs to start. Walter's got his Wight in play as well. Ooh. Is Maul able to deduce a little bit of damage there?
Keep your freaking... Okay, use the ring of fire. Use the ring of fire. Use the ring of fire. Oh. Oh, you got him! And the karate kick. Nice. Nice job by Walter and Spy, you know,
Well,
to force aggression, and they kicked one of the warlocks early on and took him out. That was a nice move.
oh yeah, man. I mean, they put the game in their favor by controlling the momentum. I don't think Thal and Spoon were expecting that. Like, Thal's giving them props. They rushed us pretty good. And Thal is actually going to come away with the most damage here, but he's tied for kills with Walter. Just close game. I mean,
You gotta when you know the other team's better, you gotta be aggressive and get them out of the comfort zone. That's exactly what they did. Let's see if they can do it again.
Game over.
ooh, good game.
Yeah, definitely, GG. Yeah, they almost tried to lose it. They were very close to throwing it away after taking the lead.
Alright, game 2. Capture the flag on Mud Pit Massacre.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I like Walter and Spy and capture the flag versus Thal and Spoon. So
I mean, against Thal and Spoon, I don't like them in general, but they're able to pull off some magic there, dude. And, I mean, that just...
yeah,
As much as you wouldn't think that Thal and Spoon had competition in the QRs, I mean, right there you have the lowest seeding team kind of upsetting them right away. And it's...
yeah, I like it. I like it. I like to see, you know, the unexpected, you know.
It makes this far more fascinating.
For
So,
sure.
we got quite a number of archers for WalterSpyder. They're not going to get any dwarves here. I mean, this map does tend to rain quite a bit. Meanwhile, Thal and Spoon, no archers at all. They're going pretty much full melee rush, but they got some dwarves. We'll have to see what they do with the bottles, as I'm sure plenty of them are going to dud. We got 4 goals.
We'll see when the main comes out, you know. We'll see when it comes out. It could play a big major factor in this game.
Yeah, I mean, at the right time, it just changes the battle for either team. If the rain's not going on, the dwarves are going to be super effective. With the rain dropping, well, if you zoom out too far, you can't actually see the rain. Interesting. You have to zoom a little closer. But yeah, if the rain's going, then the dwarves are only going to be able to make like a minefield of bottles. But none of those bottles are going to go off of anything besides pus at that time. It's just, they won't be effective in the rain. So Walter and Spyder kind of moving out all at once. Thal and Spoon waiting for their thrall to catch up. The slower units with the dwarves. Looks like we get a backfield goal as well for Walter and Spyder, but it's in their own backfield.
Oh, they got a couple goal. Do they have anything at home? What does Thal and Spoon have at home?
They got 4 thrall.
Okay, we got a couple goals coming in. I don't think they can really do nothing. Well, you know what?
Ooh.
They might be able to use those satchels.
Somehow not a lot of these archers going down, but the thrall have caught up. I mean, the problem is the rain is going now, and this dwarf about to get run down, chopped to pieces. The other dwarf trying to,
You know, going back to that flag with those 2 goals, I would have thrown one of my plus, then had him pick up satchels, throw the satchels on it, and then use the other plus to blow them all up. They could have snagged the flag right there.
The dwarf finally getting off a shot, but it's in like a suicidal ending there. Actually damaging
bring up the
some of
scoreboard,
Thal's
please.
units.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Walter and Spy are doing better than I thought. Maybe they can pull this off.
Could happen. I mean,
Yeah, see,
Thala's in pursuit of their flag now.
Yeah, that might be bad. Well, they got a good amount there.
They have enough heals for their warriors. I mean, there is this goal coming in. Still might have pus. He's got to be careful, I think. There's still like 5.5 minutes.
Go with your archers, come on. Oh no, never mind, that's his goal.
Correct.
Just kidding. The guy's a good force here, but
Ooh. Plus going in. The archers just bombarding the melee.
I don't know if I like that plus. I probably would have saved it for when they engage with the thrall, but it seems like it's working out all right. Seems like he's
they just gotta back up.
5 minutes.
They gotta keep backing up. That's the thing, they can outrun these thrall. Yeah, you see the warriors go down there.
Yeah.
It looks like this is gonna fall away of Walter and Spyder. As long as they can get to weird old plus there. They're just gonna get to Thal and Spoon's flag, and I mean, so double elimination is best of 3, and it looks like Thal and Spoon are going to be going to the lower bracket. Walter and Spyder proceeding to the top bracket finals for what it's worth. Albeit there's only 4 teams in this tournament, but wow, I mean, just quite an upset overall. I mean, they kind of get screwed over in that first one, getting rushed, and then in the second one they got the dwarves, but the rain falls, and they're just it was a bad time for them to rush at that moment.
Yeah, so how would you describe your bracket? Because this guy's asking, is this double bracket elimination?
So each team, if they lose twice, then they're eliminated, you know? So if Thal and Spoon lose another match, they're going to be eliminated from the tournament. But the losers of this match are going to play the losers of the following match, and the winners of this match are going to play the winners of the following match. And so after that, you'll have one team eliminated, you'll have one team going to the finals, and 2 teams facing off to see, you know, which one gets the victory and which one gets eliminated. And I mean, in this case, you got Spyder coming up, 8-0 ratios, 26 damage, pretty impressive.
Basically, it's a bracket that makes sense to par, and only par.
It's a good way. That's a good way to put it. I don't know what more you want from me.
But there is a winner, so and there's a loser.
Yeah, eventually the finals are supposed to happen, but we'll have to see. I mean, who knows? Yeah. 2 versus 2 tournaments on Myth 2, notorious for never ending, so we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, match 3.
No, good sir, it's match 2. Match 2. And so now we are on to.
Wait, hold on. Because we had.
So
they won. They had the one. I'm trying to think of the third match.
In the first round, you got Thal and Walter's teams facing off, and you also have Jahral and Garnish's teams facing off.
Don't they play to 3 matches though?
So they play a best of 3 in the games, similar to the
Yeah,
QRs, but they're just not playing the other team twice now.
So I'm saying for that first match, I think we only played 2 of them.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, so
best
you
of
missed
3
it.
means you win when you get 2 victories. Best of 5 is when you win by 3 victories. Best of 7 is when you win by 4 victories.
No, I'm being dumb. I was thinking, yeah, never mind. Walter and they won 2 in a row. Yeah,
Correct.
My mind is not working right now, huh?
It's all good, man. We're surviving the quarantine. We're watching some Myth 2 videos, depraved of any other enjoyment in life. The soul has been blighted. But here we are on the Clash on the Cloud Spine, last man on the hill.
Oh yeah. I think everybody knows Jahral. There ain't nobody that doesn't know Jahral that plays Myth.
Yeah, he's played consistently over 20 years. So Overdose is captaining for his team this time, instructing Garnish, run to the back lines, try to get those enemy mortars. His team coming equipped with 4, Jahral's team only having 2. And they do have quite a number of brigands that might be able to protect those 2 mortars from those stragglers. Overdose wishes for Garnish to dispatch, but Thal's bringing up old matches from the QRs. You just gotta let it go, Jahral. Move on, man. You got the number 2 seed. I mean, your team is going places. Just let it fall in your lap, bro. Team's heading off mid. I mean, we got Overdose's Tro kind of getting blocked by the goals. Jahral's going to be able to establish his presence on mid first.
Jahral was getting stuck on his own goals, too.
Yeah, his mauls as well.
Flag contested.
Whereas Garnish kind of bypassed his own mauls, which, I mean, they're going to have their artillery on the hill sooner than Jahral and Bridgestone.
Yep.
Flag
Jahral's getting there early. Hold off. You got the artillery coming first. I mean, they don't know that, of course, but...
Oh yeah, they kind of want to settle business right now. Got the melee going in.
Yeah.
Looks like one of Jahral's Tro is about to go down, but Overdose going to lose one of his as well.
Get those artillery up and kill him. Come on, Garnish, you can do it.
Dude, he just needs to shoot. He needs to fire away, man. Jahral's Tro going down. Bridgestone losing both dwarves simultaneously.
Okay. He's got the artillery. I think Garnish Overdose wins. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's all over now. We'll have to see this Tro gets trapped right here. Ooh, be able to slip away. But I mean, very nice moves by Garnish and Overdose there.
5 minutes.
Jahral getting a little bit too close to Overdose, and he makes a pay.
Team eliminated.
Yeah, I think the artillery won it for them. Nice job.
Yeah, man. 38 kills for Overdose. 137 damage, as much damage as the entire opposing team. I mean, a job well done. Garnish, the supporting cast, with his his goals and his mortars, just focusing on those enemy mortars, taking them off right away. They're unable to do any damage to Overdose's melee or Garnish's, and yeah, I mean, game 1 going to the OverDish. Let's hop right into game 2.
Game over.
Yep, nice job, Garnish Overdose.
Like you said, man, I mean, people already know what to expect from Jahral, and right there, Overdose and Garnish expected Jahral to get a little aggressive, but Garnish is already running in their backfield, and Overdose is like, nope, I'm not going to let you pay attention to that. I'm coming right for you, you know?
Yeah. You gotta play to the opponent's weaknesses, take advantage of the way they play. Yeah. Garnish definitely figuring it out with Overdose.
Oh yeah. So we got
Doing a good job.
Scavenger Hunt. Rest in pieces. I mean, we saw the lower seed win in the previous match. It's on the cusp of happening once again. We'll just have to wait and see here. Someone watching the stream right now saying he knows Jahral and Overdose. I didn't know Overdose played 10 years ago. I thought he only showed up like 1 or 2 years ago, so... I mean, this guy, he's probably not wrong either. I just don't recall.
He's been playing since the year that Myth 2 came out.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
He could be.
Probably. He's
Like
probably
Jahral?
He's probably like us. He's probably like 9 when he started playing Myth.
Oh yeah, the good old days.
Yeah. And
Buddies on the school bus, they'd be like, "How do you beat the stare of grief? Please help." I'd be like, "Yo, I'm your savior. Just invite me over. I got your back."
Yeah, it's piece of cake, man.
Here, why don't you take this one for a bit?
Alright, well, we got Jahral and Bridgestone. You know, they're going to be pushing fast. Jahral likes to rush. So this is a good map for Jahral. He's really good at these kind of split up your units into a million pieces kind of thing. So this is a good map for him. We'll see what happens. What do we
Game on.
got? Lots of cave spiders. Gonna rush. Pretty similar unit distribution. I think they got some calls. Oh, they got a Spider Queen. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, a little overpowered. It can paralyze the units. It can, if you attack units in a certain way, the Spider Queen will, like, race very quickly across the map faster than any other unit. It's a little glitchy, but,
Ball captured.
yeah, see, Overdose
Ball captured.
questioning the validity of the map, but it is on the TFL Magma multi-pack. You can catch it at projectmagma.net. And, that is one of the few map packs considered legal in this tournament. Just glad we saw no maps with like Bowman heroes. They're quite a little bit overpowered. I mean, maybe we see them in the finals, which have not been played yet. But just have to wait and see. We got Garnish and Overdose in the ball lead so far, but Jahral and Bridgestone are going to take that position over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like Garnish and Overdose are going to be able to tag 3
Ball
before
captured.
Jahral does, but I'm actually very wrong.
Jahral got 3.
What? Yo, he sneaks it with the Spider Queen. See, they're running around super quick. He takes some damage, but, you know, just by securing that, his team's able to defend now. Pretty nice.
Nice.
I'm surprised old man Jahral can be clicking this quickly to keep up with it. Like, what? I want to look somewhere else, but I gotta... Whoa, he's running it into the fetch. He's going wild. Uh-oh.
He's going for it. He's
Spider
he's going
trapped.
for it.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh. Well, that
Unfortunate.
didn't go well.
No. So,
You were impressed, but not that impressed. Huh?
yeah. I mean, they're down 7% now. They lost their queen. Overdose and Garnish still have their queen. I mean, I guess I get the idea there. He's trying to bounce it. So and then send it Spider Queen through the units. But I mean, the other Spider Queen would have just like ran faster because it's not jumping into the wall.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, good point.
I mean, he ends up getting trapped there. But I mean, at the same time, maybe he just wasn't watching it. He just clicked on the ball and ran.
Well, you know,
5
Jarral's gonna
minutes
go for the
remaining.
aggressive move, you know.
Oh yeah. Very aggressive. That's how he plays his scavenger hunts, flag rally. Looks like Overdose sent his Tro to inspect ball 5, only guarded by 2 Spyders. He'll probably be going for that next, try to get a 4-ball lead here. As Jahral also making a move onto ball number 1. Lots of units on the defense up in the northwest, and I mean, it looks like Garnish might not realize that ball 3 has already been tagged by Jahral's team.
Interesting. Let's see. Are they gonna be able to steal the ball?
I mean, Jahral's just moving all of his units from the south to the southeast, or southwest to the southwest. Just rushing straight for this ball. This Myrmidon is finally going to catch up, but getting in the range of the fetch. However, these
Ball
fetch rather
captured.
aloof.
Victory imminent.
But Overdose and Garnish going to come away with the ball there.
Ball captured.
Ooh, and Garnish. I mean, Jahral. A quick steal of the ball.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Oh, man. So, I mean, Overdose and Garnish, they have to defend this ball. Jahral's already here. Meanwhile, they got their Tro pestering this ball number 4, but those Solus are going to be able to kind of cheat the system. The Tro unable to march up the cliffside. It should be easily defendable for Jahral and Bridgestone. Meanwhile, Bridgestone making the push.
Yeah, those fetch are tearing them up the easiest.
Yeah, everything's destroyed initially. They're gonna wish that they had the Tro moving in a little bit sooner.
Yeah, they didn't time that very well, did they?
No, but they're actually able to get rid of all 6 of those squishy fetch. And they still have one of their own remaining, so... I mean, even though they had some bad timing, looks like it's gonna turn out okay for them. Jahral just kicking all of the units to pieces. I mean, you might want to try and get this Spider Queen quick. Only takes 2 kicks.
Nice. But is the Shroud gonna fall?
Ooh.
Yeah. Shroud was down.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
Bridgestone.
But they
Bridgestone.
Really gonna be able to get that. They're gonna be able to get that ball, just barely. One unit left.
Woo! For the
That's all you
win.
need.
Bridgestone coming up big for the secret mythic service. 26 kills, 71 damage. Woo! Bang bang. Like, I mean, now it's all tied up. I mean, they were in a position where they were down in balls, 3-4. At that point, they had to capture both the remaining balls and do it pretty efficiently. I mean, just to check over here, Overdose's Tro ends up getting stoned to death by these Solus. I mean, unless these Solus actually push the ball off and into an area where the Tro could walk away with it, there was no way they were going to be able to take this without some Spyders of their own, or like a fetch, Solus, something. But a Tro is not going to be able to unstick that. And, yeah.
Yeah, this is a smart move to put on the cliff.
Yeah. And so we're going to go on to game 3 here.
Game over.
Figure out which team is moving on to the top bracket finals to play WalterSpyder and see which team is moving on to the bottom bracket first round to play the Apple Scrappers.
Was that both of them? Was that both, or did they already win 2, or is that we doing another one with Jahral and Bridgestone, and
Yeah, this is their game 3. It just got tied up. Just
Yeah.
tied up. So
yeah, try to remember. Yeah, that's right. They won the first one. Yeah. All right, game 3. Last man on the hill.
this is decider. Which team will have their back against the wall?
Yeah,
Which one will be moving freely?
hill's pretty elevated in this one, if I remember right. So huge advantage to whoever gets there first, right?
Correct. And no team started there. Sometimes a team can start on top of the hill, and that team just kind of starts with a huge advantage. They say it's courteous to let the other player up, but like, why bother? Just see what you can do. It's like sometimes you can overpower that person, even though they have range advantage. With pus, you just kind of never really know what's going to happen. They could done. Same with dwarves. And so, a minute left in planning time. Bridgestone and Jahral are going to split the units up fairly evenly. Bridgestone getting one more archer. I mean, the team's got 2 dwarves. 4 goals. Looks like Jahral's going to have the journeyman. We'll have to see if they try to bottle plus here, which would be pretty nice to see, or maybe bring a satchel along for the ride. I mean, same for Overdose and Garnish. They got 4 goals. They're only going to be able to get 2 plus from this Wight. I mean, they kind of go artillery heavy here. Their only melee is these journeymen. And they got 2 dwarves, 6 archers. So, it's a battle of artillery versus, I mean, a rather even split, so to speak. This is something I would like to get in like a free-for-all game. You know, even, fairly spread out, even amount of points, unit trading points everywhere. Whereas,
Yeah, we'll see if they can use those
I mean,
those warriors to their advantage or not.
yeah, we'll have to see how they work the melee. I mean, I was gonna say it's like Overdose and Garnish are playing legendary mode, and Bridgestone and Jahral are over here on heroic normal, so to speak. I mean, they're taking the easy way out here. A nice balanced approach. They're kind of gonna stop before they reach the hill over here. Oh, someone's laughing.
Oh yeah, that's my brother playing with his baby upstairs.
Nice. Yeah, you can have him watch the stream too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel free to invite him.
Yeah, you get my 1.5-year-old nephew on stream.
He can be the celebrity feature.
Yeah,
Think about it. The next Macaulay Culkin.
You can say
Flag
Dada and Mama.
captured.
You know, he has a lot to contribute.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he could maybe call it right here. He's gonna call who's the winner of this game, which would clearly be Dada. You know what I mean? So,
So who's that? That's
yeah.
the question.
who's the Dada of the game? OverDish or the Secret Mythic Service?
Yeah.
So far, neither team dealing any damage to each other. Actually playing this rather safe. Usually some blood has been drawn. And there we go. First blood
Nice.
to the
Archer
OverDish.
dodging. Yeah, the archers are dodging.
I mean, this is what Overdose and Garnish want to do. They
5
have an
minutes
archer
remaining.
advantage right now. It looks like they're going to bottle pus over here. But they actually use a small piece
Oh,
of
they
pus.
got it
It doesn't
done.
go off. Yeah, unfortunate. So maybe we'll see this goal pick up the bottle, but some goals
Yeah.
gonna go down there for Jahral.
I mean, they're getting out archered right now, so
Oh yeah,
this is looking good for Overdose and Garnish.
Bridgestone losing both of his archers.
Yeah, there's only 3 archers left. If you're drawing Bridgestone, you gotta figure something out and push in or something. I don't know. You gotta figure something out.
I mean, they gotta hope that Garnish continues to do nothing with his archers, because, I mean, they got their goals kind of frontally assaulting their opponents rather than flanking. They gotta spread out a little bit more, or it could just spell doom. Looks like they're gonna try and make a move here, but there's really no good targets for them aside from maybe this clump.
Contested.
Ooh, they launch it away. Nothing.
Oh,
No money. My goodness.
Alright, save your dwarf. Save your dwarf. Good job. Good job. Got the goal. Good split on the goals.
Oh yeah. Ooh, blowing up one of his own archers there.
Oh! Casualty.
That goal harassing Jahral's dwarf. Bridgestone gonna move in with his own dwarf. Almost going down there.
Oh!
Some last minute dodging.
Yeah, he can't get pressure. Good job with the archers. They're just kind of harassing them, not letting Jahral and Bridgestone do what they want to do.
I mean, I think this entire time, Jahral and Bridgestone should have been moving with their melee. Like, they kind of just sent in units one at a time. Ooh, a nice pus going down.
Oh,
for
very
Overdose.
nice. Oh, clutch. Oh, he didn't quite get the kill. I think if he would have stayed on him and just let his goal die, he might have been able to get that kill.
Yeah, but Dwarf gonna go down anyway. I mean, double the units right now for OverDish. So you have the melee moving in now and they're engaging these units. If they had sent this melee in when they're engaging with like less archers, this might have turned out a little bit differently, but right now they're down to only one unit.
Yeah, this match is over.
Yeah,
you
another
can't
upset.
when you're in combat like that. You're gonna. It's not gonna work.
Wow, the double journeyman strategy. Boom. Left the thrall behind too as
The
well.
last thrall can't win it for them.
Unfortunate. And so, yeah, Overdose and Garnish coming away with the win there. They'll move on to the top bracket finals, winning this match 2-1. Jahral and Bridgestone, unfortunately, going to the bottom bracket. We'll have to see if they're able to ride the bottom bracket train all their way to the finals, or if they end up coming up short. But right now they're on thin ice.
Game over.
Nice job, Team Dada.
Oh yeah, we found out who the daddy was. OD and Garnish.
All right, who we got? Who's up next? Is it the winners or?
Well, I'll leave it up to you. Would you like to watch the first elimination match or the top bracket finals? I guess we should do the first elimination match first, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
And then it'll
let's
kind of
do it.
set the stage for the rest.
Yes. Let's do it. So we got Jahral and Bridgestone, and then Thal and Spoon, right?
Correct. The number 1, number 2 seeds meeting off in the bottom bracket. Which I just repeat over and over again because it's strange. You usually don't see this happen.
Yeah. Jahral and Bridgestone got a 1 or 2 wins total against Thal and Spoon. I think maybe it's just 1 in the qualifying rounds. So we'll see if they can pull off an upset here and get a couple wins.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I believe they are the team that was able to take a game off of Thal and Spoon. But yeah, both teams able to win here, so we'll just have to wait and see. So far, we got a full melee trade by SMS. They only got 2 mortars. Now remember, this is Jahral and Bridgestone's team. We got Walter Wight, a spectator, and Overdose, a spectator, for the Apple Scrappers. Still waiting on Thal's trade, but we got a majority of the units going to Jahral. Let's hope he's not too wasted. He's got a lot of units to control here. Bridgestone only getting a mortar and some maul. I kind of wish he was getting a little bit more. Maybe both the morts. Maybe some of the mercs, all the mercs. We got. If I had a Tro flag rally, he's gonna have him just defend one area of the map, and he's gonna try and take care of the rest. It seems. And Thal, he's gonna be a little bit more generous. He's gonna give 33% of his team's units to Spoon. Let's see. Spoon gets one of the 2 warlocks. He gets the only mortar. He gets 9 Mercuridia. No, a little less than 9 Mercuridia, but still a nice little squad of melee. He's going to have all the Solus. So we got Thalander and Jahral facing off with the Droves. Jahral instructing Spoon, defend the mid with everything except the Mercuridia. Send those Mercuridia south. Bridgestone asking, you know, how many defensive points we have here.
Flag captured.
Yep.
And he's saying he wants to split up his defense, which I don't know. It's a little risky. Looks like Jarrell's giving him a little bit more units now.
Flag
Yeah,
captured.
he got 25%. I was about to say that.
I mean, the team's getting pretty close here in the middle. Let's see if they play
Yeah,
a little
draws.
bit more passively, but it doesn't look like it, as usual.
Flag
You know what's
captured.
coming from Jahral, right?
It looks like now he's keeping his trow together. He must have not liked the way the
Flag
quarterfinal
captured.
or the qualifying rounds, I mean, went. So
Oh yeah, he's gonna be pushing in on the mid.
trying to do a little different.
Small group of Mercuridia moving up north from Thal. But the focus is on the middle here.
Got some free shots from the Solus on the trow. That's not.
Yeah, he needs to just send the mauls in. He needs to go.
Yeah, like you got the Solus hitting you. That's not helping you. Like just gotta go, I guess.
Oh yeah, that Warlock actually hurting a lot of those mercs right there.
Very good job by Thal. You know.
Yeah, but Jahral, he's still not lost a unit, good sir. Oh, finally he's gonna start losing some. I mean, his Tro are a lot more badly damaged as well. Spoon Solus just doing more and more damage gradually, but Jahral with the numbers in the melee. And it looks like they've won mid, potentially won the game here. I mean, I don't think they even had to push with the flag advantage, but they're going to take mid
Flag
up
captured.
48%
Victory
to
ended.
10%. So the number 1 team is like, ooh, they're already on their way to potentially being eliminated here. And it's like just like that, when you're a favorite, I mean, you just got a big target on your head, and SMS stepped up to the challenge. Ooh.
Yeah. And now that I think about that, I think Thal was trying to protect his trow too much, you know.
Oh, definitely. But I mean, because of that, Jahral was able to just focus on all those Mercuridia, and like they attack really fast, man. Like you have 4 or 5 Mercuridia on a unit, it's gonna get shredded to pieces pretty much immediately. So, I mean, Jahral just takes all of those players out of the melee fight, and
5
you know,
minutes
he
remaining.
didn't end up taking any loss. A lot of Mercuridia were killed before Jahral took a single lost unit there.
Flag captured.
So, I mean,
Yeah, good job, Jahral.
I imagine Bridgestone would say, in Jahral we trust, the secret mything service gonna take game 1 there.
They got those secret strategies.
Oh yeah, I mean 41 kills, 264 damage, and this damage is like reduced compared to the original game. It used to be multiplied by 2.56, I believe, so this would have been like a 600 damage game right there, you know, like big moves by Jahral, Toad, and yeah, so I mean, any last thoughts here, Jeoku?
Yeah, just good job by Jahral. He caught Thal off guard. Thal should have committed to the fight more, and he didn't. So good job by Jahral. He picked the fight well this time. Think keeping his trial together was a good move. You know, the qualifying rounds it didn't work out when he split them against Thal, so he grouped them together, and it worked out for him. Nice job.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Thalander, he is a legend, and like right here, I mean, he owns that too. He says it. I blew that Malay. Like they just ended up having more there, you know, and like he kind of already knows. So, I mean, we'll have to see if the Apple Scrappers respond,
Game
or
over.
if they're going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, Jahral, he's aggressive. He's doing what he can. He's not giving Thal the time to really pick the fight he wants. And so, like Thal said, he had less units, you know, and that's just Jahral's way of doing it. He attack them before they're ready, you know.
Definitely, definitely.
We'll see if they can do it again, though.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. The way that went, it seems like Jahral and Bridgestone had the first pick. Meanwhile, I mean, now we're here for game 2. Venice, last man on the hill. This definitely seems like a Thalander pick. Kind of maybe a home court advantage to save them here. I mean, they need 2 wins in a row to actually stay in contention. SMS only needs 1 to knock them out. And it looks like SMS going to go pusless. Only 1 Warlock rather than 2. A little bit risky, I think. They got 5 goals as well, but nothing to, like, throw. Like, did they forget the Wight here? They should be asking for a rehost. If I was them, I'd be asking for a like, goddamn. Woo!
It's part of the strategy.
I imagine so. I would take that as an answer. Oh, yeah, see, Jahral? He's giving all his units to Bridgestone. Another good strategy, Jahral. Another good one. But, I mean, it's quite the opposite of the one he had last game. I don't know how it's going to fare. Looks like Val and Spoon, they got 2 Warlocks. I imagine they'll split them up. We'll just have to see. Only 1 mortar rather than the 2, which, I mean, I feel like they have an artillery advantage there. You know, the Warlocks kind of have more range as long as they're on equal elevation, so to speak, and then they have 1 Wight to heal, so they're going to have 2+. They got a little bit more control in this battle. Melee comparison, I mean, I guess SMS do have more melee, but I just don't think they have the same type of quality. They have 5 goals, but it's going to be tough to get those goals to do anything, whereas you have, like, artillery-style goals for the Apple Scrappers.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. They have different strategies. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the extra Warlock is going to be helpful.
I mean,
So they're both rushing forward. Looks like they're probably going to get there about the same time.
Potentially. If we stretch this out a little bit, I can tell you that it looks like Thalander's team is a little bit farther to the west than Jahral and Bridgestone.
Pull out that ruler and measure on your screen.
Yeah, they're there by about, I don't know.
I always want someone to, like, make, you know, a plugin or when they patch the game is to make these dots bigger. It annoys the hell out of me that they're so hard to see the dots.
I do agree with that. There's like almost a strain on the eye factor there, or at least I wish you could adjust it so you could make it as large as you wanted it to, so to speak. So it looks like Jahral and Bridgestone going to be able to tag mid first, although they're kind of looking more for positioning, as this is last man on the hill. So, and they got 10 minutes to do this out. What was that? I'm sorry.
Nice. I said bring up the scoreboard, and you did it right when I said it.
Flag captured.
The scoreboard.
Yeah. The top left thing of the players. What do you call it?
Yeah, scoreboard F7. Yeah, what were you saying about it?
So I asked you to bring it up because it wasn't up, but then you brought it up later on when I said that.
Oh, like naturally. I was like, yeah, I want to check that.
It's like you knew.
Yeah, requesting information. So a warrior is going to go down for Jahral's team, and they're also going to lose a warlock very quickly here. We still have 9 minutes left.
Why? I don't understand that. Why?
You walk them up to the shooting gallery, bro.
You gotta dodge them, then shoot. You can't shoot, before you dodge. That's never gonna work.
Yeah, and I mean, just like that, they have no warlocks left. They might lose this goal right here.
Yeah, I think
seems so.
It's gonna be tough without a warlock. You gotta use those mortars well. Kind of got to push in a corner. They're kind of trapped.
Oh yeah, and they've kind of just put themselves in the box here, like.
Yeah, getting to the hill, flag first did not work for them.
No, not at all. I mean, they could just be holding these top positions and playing far more passively, but. I mean, SMS, they're known for their aggressive play, and it's coming up short this game. At least so far. They're down by about 30%. This Mort almost getting wiped out as well, and that would be their last little piece of artillery. They might just be throwing the game here at this point. I'm not sure.
I mean, they don't have much hope right now. It's they got like one hit on their mortar from the archers, and he's dead. They got to like play. Beyond perfect in order to win. Like,
yeah,
they got to make a big mistake.
Definitely.
Probably multiple mistakes. They
gotta figure out if they're gonna do something with their melee. They're not gonna win this artillery fight. That mortar getting it shot off a little late, but the warlock shot not long enough as it is. And... ooh. A little flanking action from Val. He's going to wipe out 3 archers there.
Nice job. They got the artillery advantage, so, you gotta surround them. Take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah.
Say 95 to 30, or no, 95 to 51.
Spoon, we get a plus goal.
It's not getting better. It's getting worse.
Oh yeah, they're at a huge disadvantage here, less than half the percentage. I mean, I don't think Thal's team has lost a single unit besides healing their own goals.
He's gonna get the mortar. That's yeah. There's nothing they can do now. There's nothing. Just send in the melee, just rush them, it's over.
Flag contested. Flag captured.
I think, Jahral got himself in the corner by losing that warlock early. That was... I know he's trying to be aggressive and get those archers, but he just did not play that smart at all, with his dodging, so it's going to cost him big.
Essentially so, this match comes down to the wire. It's 1-1 now. I mean, Jahral just really not able to do much. He didn't heal a Wight here, so, if he had any negative damage, he might have hurt his own units. But just the very aggressive play does not work out on a heavy artillery-styled map like Venice. And I mean, great job by Thal and Spoon taking full advantage of that. We got 15 kills, 44 damage by Thalander. This game's MVP. It looks like we got another spectator added to the list as well in system. Sorry for not making a mention of you there, sir. And Well, on to game 3 here. I would say the odds are probably in Apple Scrapper's favor after their performance in the QRs. But who knows? I mean, Jahral, he's full of surprises. You never know what's about to happen.
Yeah, let's see if they can pull it off. That Thal looks like he is playing his A game. Draw's not, so we'll see if they can turn around in the next and pull off the best of 5. Or 3, I mean, best of 3.
Best of, best of 3. And then,
which ones are best of 5?
So the grand finals will be a best of 5. So all the matches we watch in this cast will be best of 3.
I agree with Walter. That last match hurt to watch.
Oh yeah, he remembers it. But he was there. He was living the dream. Or wait, which match was it?
I don't even know what he's talking about. Yeah, I forgot it already.
Was he talking about when he beat the tournament favorites? Like, how can that be tough to watch? He should have been enjoying every second there. But yeah, I'm glad. Thanks for stopping by and watching the cast while we check these games out. Next up, Rest in Pieces Flag Rally. A Jahral pick. He's gonna offer lots of the units to the Bridgestone.
Ooh. Bridgestone controlling 70%.
An interesting change up. Maybe Jahral was really wasted after all.
He's like, this last match didn't go well for me. Why don't you this time?
Yep. I mean, it's a responsible decision. Good work. And, alrighty, so we got a pretty heavy Malay trade here by Thalander Spoon. Do they not have pus? Yeah, they got some pus.
Game on.
2 whites worth, so about 4 pus for them. 4 pus, 4 SMS. They're gonna have the same number of goals. I mean, maybe this is no unit trading, I'm not sure. Let's see, 5 archers. 5 archers? Yeah, it's either no unit trading or they just ended up getting the same amount of units.
They both know the optimal setup, you know.
Flag.
Seems so.
Probably no trading, I'm gonna guess.
I mean, Thal's team did get a dwarf. I don't see one for SMS. Oh yeah, I do, actually, yep.
Flag
anyway,
captured.
Thal and Spoon splitting the percentages very evenly. Maybe it's pretty much disabled the Spyder Queen. Like, I remember that Spyder Queen was featured a little bit earlier. No unit trading. You cannot trade for it. But
that could
I don't know.
Maybe they didn't want.
Maybe I missed it. I could be wrong. I don't think
Flag
I am. Get a 2-1 flag lead
captured.
for SMS. 3-1 flag lead. Nope, just 2.
Flag
2-2.
captured.
Yeah, 3-2 flag lead for the Apple Scrappers. So the stage is set, and Jahral and Bridgestone will have to be on the offensive here.
Flag captured.
Large amount of Zerks for the Apple Scrappers
Flag
moving
captured.
to the south.
Interesting to see Jahral and Bridgestone going for a defensive position.
Yeah, I mean,
very different approach than what they typically do. Looks like Jahral's just taking the Force Giant and trying to snake some flags.
yeah, I mean, they were kind of screwed by the start here. I imagine they wish they had picked Scavenger Hunt instead, because this ends up starting them off on the side of the map where they're only going to start with 3 flags, and now like they're forced to push, but you have Thal pushing the south over here. He's ready to start pressuring 6 or just move the Zerks around. They're very fast, very mobile. 5 completely undefended. Oh, I guess Thal's already tagged that, and Jahral and Bridge just haven't got their force trying to poke around over here. Trying to spot a weak spot.
5 minutes remaining.
It's a very short time, so it's not going to bode well for them. That goal going down, but so will those archers. And it's going to be a quick flag for Jahral's team.
Nice job. Nice job to find the flag.
Ooh. Thal's Forest Giant showing up, perhaps just in time.
Flag.
Oh, is
captured.
he gonna
Oh
get
yeah,
it?
he's
Yeah,
defended it.
Nice job.
And they've also secured a flag in another area of the map.
Yeah, very good defending of that flag. That's crazy. That timing. That's
Uh-oh.
Flag captured.
Jahral, he's gonna get the tag, but it looks like his Forest Giant will go down, so it will remain past. Uh-oh, Thal's past his own Forest Giant now.
Oh my gosh. Quick change of events right there. But he's not going to control the Forest Giant. Oh my gosh. Oh lordy.
You'll end up going down just enough pus to secure the kill.
He had the opportunity to escape, and he was AFK.
Oh yeah, man, he just wanted to keep fighting, it seems. Something.
He had a will of his own.
Much closer than I thought it would be. I thought he was going to get pus and just die immediately, but...
Okay, so we got flag 1. That's the one on the left, right? That was the one you're just looking at.
Yes, and it looks like Jahral's going to move in now. I mean, Thal probably aware that his team only needs to defend 2.
captured.
Nope.
Victory imminent.
But apparently I was unaware myself there. Jahral, his team is going to take victory imminent as Thal just walks off of that flag. For fuck's sake, he says. Uh-oh. And,
He's getting a little flustered.
yeah, I hope, I mean, it's interesting. I imagine they were a little bit flustered when they were having trouble against WalterSpyder, and now that they might be having some memories hit them pretty hard. I mean, let's see, flag 2 has been captured by both teams. Flag 1 has been dusted off. Jahral doesn't need to actually take this flag, but Thal and Spoon, they need to take 2 flags. Flag number 6, flag number 4. We'll have to see if they have what it takes. And it's probably going to go down to the wire, but right now they have a unit advantage. I mean, they still have a Forest Giant. At least 15% more units.
Yeah, they just gotta hurry up and get there so they can take it. Gotta get there as quick as they can so they can rush.
Oh, yeah, it's a slow march. Looks like that will make a move on the south. This Forest Giant in position, he's sending his Zerks in.
Yeah, this is a...
The melee very disorganized here, at least in respect to Bridgestone. It's not all grouped up. Well, Pus gonna go down.
Oh, why do you back out with the... Maybe he was trying to get a better Pus. That Pus did not do that well.
No, he needed his Zerks in position to deal damage immediately. Because now it's like this Forest Giant is running free. These Zerks chopping things to pieces. These warriors a little bit idle. But there's not much they would have been able to do against the Forest Giant and the Zerks anyway.
I don't know if they got enough time to get over to the other flag, right?
Depends. Forest Giant's pretty quick. They got a full minute. Yeah, they got a minute to get there, and you got some other units moving in.
Victory imminent.
Flag 6 going to Apple Scrappers.
Down to the wire.
Oh yeah, this is...
Keep coming. Yeah, they're gonna be able to push right at the last minute. Literally.
Oh yeah, we'll have to see if, I mean, they do have like 43% advantage only 40 seconds here, but I mean, that's the thing. If Jahral and Bridgestone hold, they're going to stay alive in this tournament. If Thal and Spoon are able to overcome the
30
defenses,
seconds.
they're going
Yeah.
to take another breath.
It's just running right by the archers.
Oh yeah, I mean, this dwarf not even responding at first. Almost getting pussed. It
my
does
gosh,
get pussed.
That is a major. Oh.
Ooh. Thal able to just move in for the
that-
tag here.
Flag captured.
Oh, that's. What a
Where
choke.
was the
What a
defense?
choke. What a choke.
Yo, unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Bridgestone did nothing right there.
No, and I mean, Thal, that he just kind of put it on his back there. But Jahral and Bridgestone just completely bamboozled after putting the game into their pocket, forcing Thal seemed to be defensive. I mean, dude, if they had just kept that Forest Giant alive, they would have been way better off. If they had just moved all of their units to defend the same area of the map, they might have been even more better off. Able to land that plus, they would have been better up, but oof, just overwhelmed at the
they
end.
just needed to keep their units, like they needed to keep some units within the flag, and they needed to use the dwarf there. They didn't do anything right. they still had a pretty solid chance to win that, and they didn't do anything right.
They were just watching. I don't know. Interesting.
Oh, that's a sad way to go out of the tournament, that's for sure.
Yeah. So the secret mything service has been eliminated. Well, thanks for the games, Jahral and Bridgestone. You did have some great moments, but just fell short there at the end. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, the Apple Scrappers, they're going to stay alive. I mean, Thal just putting the game on his back there. 27 kills, 85 damage. Big numbers. Big numbers. He really just kind of owned that whole game himself. Anyway, on to the next match.
Game over.
So we got what? OverDish versus Spyder and Walt up next, right?
Correct, for the top bracket finals.
Oh, is Xmas in here now?
Oh, that's correct. So this is Garnish's 5th teammate of the tournament. This isn't a good sign. It's Father Xmas, but we'll just have to wait and see.
We're just gonna, got all this team chemistry, and we got a new match. This is a critical match. Why not get a new teammate? Why not?
Oh yeah, I mean, it seems Overdose really just wanted to be a substitute teammate. Although, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. Xmas has been involved in more myth tournaments than Overdose, so maybe he's able to work well with Garnish, but so far we've only seen one player really be able to work well with Garnish, so we'll just have to wait and see. And it looks like, I mean, Garnish is going to give him the captaining duty here. Last I remember, he was the captain. You know what I mean? Overdose was kind of making him do that, but I mean, they were trading off. Maybe I'm being a little bit too critical. A large amount of time here for planning time. Let's check out the text real quick. We got 2 minutes, plenty time left. Team saying good luck. Walter telling Spyder to be on the defense.
Yeah, I guess Garnish's team. Everybody else is a sub.
Yeah, that's honestly the way I see it. Xmas, I can be even more generous. He's saying he should have picked a Malay, Rush. They kind of went artillery heavy here. 2 dwarves, 6 archers, only 3 warriors, 4 Stygians. You compare that to the 7 Stygians. I mean, Walter and Spyder have a little bit of an advantage in the Malay regard, but they don't have any pus. They're going to have a land white, it seems. Walter's going to be giving Spyder that Wight. So, I mean, it would be interesting to see if Spyder can end up putting that into play. It will also be interesting to see how both these teams really kick this top bracket finals off.
Yeah, let's see what you can do, Walter. We're expecting the best from you.
Yeah, Walter typing away in chat. He's saying yeah, Garnish hosted his team, but OD was just a sub. He's laughing over here. Uh-oh.
Father Xmas was really his teammate the whole time.
Yeah.
He had us all fooled.
Sometimes you gotta rely on the mystery of Santa Claus.
Game on.
Santa Claus is real, kids.
Yes, ho ho ho. Walter gonna be dropping his satchels. Spyder gonna be dropping his satchels. Xmas dropping his satchels, but it seems Garnish has continued to keep his. Perhaps he will be suiciding in the next few seconds. I mean, this is capture the flag. It could go down to the wire, but we got a 9-minute game. Already
We got some fire
action going off. Some pus going down.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Xmas killing his own dwarf pretty quickly there. And Walter Wight in control of this hill. Kind of giving his team a huge advantage.
Nice job.
Chaos ensues, for sure. But I mean, Walter and Spyder have lost quite a number of archers there. Garnish might be able to pick them off. They really need to focus on this dwarf. It's giving me anxiety just watching it move in. Xmas is going to control this dwarf now, taking it for himself. Maybe getting a shot off on Walter's Stygians. And woo! Bingo!
Come on.
He nails all four.
Come on. Oh! That was lucky bounce. That bounce was huge. That brought him back into the game.
Oh yeah. They're still down in percentage, but they're pretty healthy right now, for the most part.
Yeah.
Spyder and Walter still have a dwarf in reserve, though, and ooh, here it comes. You see it creeping in over here?
Dun, dun, dun,
It looks
dun,
like Garnish is not seen yet.
dun, dun,
Uh-oh.
dun, dun.
All capitals.
Dun, dun.
Ooh, takes out a dwarf, though.
Oh, you
With
get
the
the
white.
dwarf? Oh, nice.
So at least
What do you-
Xmas is
what do you
able to
like,
get
one
something
up
out of that. They completely did not see that white coming, and I mean, just a really nice play right there. A lack of awareness on Garnish's part, but it plays to the advantage of WalterSpyder. Ooh, losing 2 archers there. Walter just kind of running
Oh, they're
forward.
getting all the bounces. All the bounces.
Xmas and Garnish finally in a percentage lead, and I mean, the game's even closer now. We got 7 minutes left. Each team has a dwarf remaining. Garnish needs to like get his melee together over here. And these teams, they'll be trying to get a lucky bounce off, trying to secure the kill from a safe range.
Yeah, I think you gotta split up those warriors right there. Yeah, there you go. Gotta, whoever can get the other dwarf, you know, that's the key.
One of Walter's warriors going down.
Flag contested.
Xmas taking another shot, but nothing there.
Oh, here goes the dwarf. Okay, that was not a good throw.
Flag contested.
No, he's out of range.
Nice
Ooh.
job. Use the water.
Spyder's
Uh-oh.
melee there will go down.
No. Oh, no.
But it's close.
Because they got their melee coming in. I don't think they can take it. Yeah. They can't do it. He's just gonna
Yeah.
sacrifice his own thrall.
Well, I have my doubts for Father Xmas, but I mean, he holds the defense there. They still have 5.5 or so minutes remaining to go take their opponent's flag.
I honestly think the difference in that match was that lucky bounce by the dwarf against those Stygian Knights.
Oh yeah, it was just the perfect bounce, man. It just...
Yeah.
If it was any luckier, it would have wiped out all 4 of them right there. But I mean...
Surprised it didn't with how much luck that bounce had.
Yeah, and they were kind of at a disadvantage at that point, too, where they had to kind of pull every trick out of the magic hat and just see what they could do to get by, and it's worked out in their favor. So, game 1 going to the Garnish experience. We'll have to see what Walter and Spy can hook up.
Team eliminated.
To respond. I mean, a big game for Father Xmas, 19 kills, 38 damage, saying, hey, you know, I can make the Garnish experience work for me too. And Walter putting in a substantial amount of effort there too. Spy coming up a little bit short. I just wish I saw a little bit better action out of his dwarf. It could have been what made the difference there. If his dwarf was able to stay alive and take out the opponent dwarf, I mean, it would have been a wrap. It was just that close.
Yeah, it could have gone either way at the end. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, you expect, you know, Santa Claus to play well in a tournament called the Winter Series, right?
Oh yeah, and I mean, yeah, he might have won it back in like 2010 or 2011 or something like that, a long time ago. The first time he's won, so it's no rodeo for him, if I recall correctly. But yeah, very interesting game. They play it close, they respond well. I mean, they had a damage lead the entire game there. And on to game 2. So that was Gimbal and the Wave capture the flag. Apparently, Overdose and Bridgestone were the neutral observers of that game. As Bridgestone is hosting these top bracket finals, so thank you, Bridgestone, for offering a neutral host. And it looks like we got even more spectators in the game now. You won't be able to see their names pop up, but shout out to Scratch, Tycho X, MP, Overdose, and Bridgestone. And so, on to game 2. Looks like Killing Grounds body count. Alrighty, so we'll have to see. In body count, you'll get negative damage if you heal the Wights using your own units. But if they pass the Wight off to a teammate and heal, or if your teammate's the one doing the heal, you won't take any negative damage. So that just immediately comes to mind when I see this body count starting off. Will both teams start off not making that mistake? And it looks like very standard trade by Xmas and Garnish, but over here, Walter and Spyder, they're kind of mixing things up. They're only going to get 2 dwarves, 10 warriors total, along with a thrall, and only 3 goals. So they have a large melee advantage here. They have 7 archers, so 1 less than maximum. Meanwhile, Xmas doing the classic 6 goals, 3 Herringard heroes, 8 bowmen, and 4 dwarves. So, I mean, Xmas and Garnish are looking to have the artillery trade here, but I mean, Walter and Spyder kind of have a little bit more mobility, so if they're able to get an early lead here with their units, they might be able to outrun their opponents until the clock runs out.
Good point, yeah.
Now, this is only a 10-minute game. There is 2.5 minutes of playing time, but I guess it's worth bringing up that, like, we might end up seeing that happen here. Just because they end up having less artillery, they're not going to be able to trade as much. They have half as many goals, 1 less archer, Only 2 dwarves compared to 4.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out.
And look at this. See, they're saying they're actually bringing up the fact that they should be trading the Wight to the other player. Walter's going to keep the Wight for his team. Garnish keeping the Wight for his team, and Xmas and Spyder doing the healing. So, I mean, right there, both teams trying to set each other's forces up for success.
Yep, I never knew that, and so I appreciate you teaching me, Bar.
Game.
Yeah, no problem. I look forward to the day I see you in some more multiplayer games online, Jeoku.
Yeah, well, this is the start.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've been doing all those single-player casts. I hear you're halfway through the Myth 2 campaign, so hey, thanks for covering all those. I look forward to checking them out.
Yep. Yep, I'm on with friends like these next. Gotta get those Chow on your side to kill Soulblighter, you know.
Yeah, good luck with that, but you know what? They still might have some beef from the Fallen Lords. I mean, Soulblighter just kind of runs away, says screw it, and meanwhile the Trow have Ulrich come in and he murders their fucking countryside, you know. There's just gonna be little hurt feelings between each other right there, I'd say. So the game kicks off. Xmas already locked and loaded with 1 or 2, maybe 3 pus bombs. Garnish gonna pick up a double pus mortar, pus bomb. And they're gonna control the middle of the flag. Both teams have yet to score any damage on each other. It looks like, I mean, this melee force, they're just kind of chilling. You know, neither team has struck each other yet, so it's really anyone's game to play. It looks like Xmas and Garnish taking a small lead. They're gonna drop a pus by Spyder, and it's gonna connect, putting the lead back in his team's favor.
You got the pus, but is he gonna get the kill? Kill one dwarf.
Unable to get the kill, but
One
they
archer
do
went down.
have
Killed
the
one of his
lead.
own units with the archer.
Oh yeah, it's tricky. Now Garnish and Xmas kind of blowing up one of Garnish's bowmen there, maybe Xmas's, but they're back to 0 damage.
Oh, that's funny.
They just got squishier units, you know. Walter and Spyder have so much more beef to offer, I feel. So much like a larger health pool, so to speak. And now Xmas kind of missing the timing of his mortar bomb there. Otherwise, he would have done quite a bit of damage, but he uses the pus first, and the mort will just drop. Now,
Yeah,
Walter and Spyder up 23 to 12.
That fire, those fire arrows are working out well. That's some good, well-placed fire arrows.
Oh yeah, and like, when you're playing body count, having less units, but having the body count lead isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of what you want, so doing good things here. Garnish coming in fairly frontal with this pus. I mean, I wish they'd be using these goals a little bit more in a flanking maneuver. It would give them more of an advantage, but he's going to pull his goal back. Xmas will pull his forward.
Can you
switch to the side of the screen there. And
yeah. Good job, Walter and Spy. You're just kind of picking them off.
oh yeah, only 1 player on the archers here. But he's able to outmaneuver his opponent. And, I mean, he's got the bowman lead now. They went from being down 1 bowman at the very start to being up by 1 bowman. Less than halfway through this 10-minute game. Spyder gonna take some arrows. I mean, Xmas's dwarf low on health, gotta take a heal. Bowman almost going down for Garnish. Spyder packing the pain. Garnish moving in with his pus, and ooh, Walter a little bit too clumped. Gonna lose 2 archers.
Oh,
Looks like
nice.
a dwarf as well.
Unlucky bounce with the dwarf too.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, a good unit trade for what it's worth. I mean, Xmas, I mean, he's gonna throw away his goals there. Unfortunate.
But as you said before, Walter and Spy got the lead. They can just run around for 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, and they do have those faster units, you know? They can even just take off at this point and just back up, but they're trying to hold their ground. For what it's worth, they do have a high ground position with this little hill. So, we'll just have to wait and see.
5 minutes remaining.
I mean, they lost another archer there. Garnish and Xmas packing another pus bomb. We'll have to see what happens. Able to take out a Heron, but he loses 2 of his own goals there. And he does kind of lead a little bit closer, but they're still so far behind.
That was a good trade though, for Walter and Spy though, because those are their only fast units left, and they didn't do enough damage to.
Oh yeah, technically
for the score.
Like if the bowman can just keep pushing the dwarf, like forget the archer at this point. Send your herons at the thrall, at the archer, at the warriors. Just keep pushing, keep your dwarves in good position to counter the herons. Xmas and Garnish could totally come away with this win.
For sure. Yep, they're pushing him into the corner. Not really a corner. Onto the edge.
Yeah, they're gonna be pushed into the water. And like, I mean, unless they're able to be mobile. Ooh, what's this? Walter, a nice bounce. It's gonna secure a kill on a dwarf.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Nice. Clutch throw with that dwarf. Here comes the Hurons. Got a hit on him. Nice. Way to use that pillar to your advantage.
Oh yeah, it will deflect the projectiles, it will block them, so... Ooh, Walt's taking a lot of hits on his dwarf there. A little bit too much damage. And so they need to run. They need to run far, far away. This Wight getting even closer. Looks like their archer will go down, and so... Spyder and Walter, they only have melee left, but they do have a 13-point advantage. They have the move speed. I mean, don't even turn around, just book it. But they kind of want it. They want the blood. They want more. They called for a rush. Walter's saying rush. Uh-oh.
They are not satisfied.
Nope. And these dwarves, rather ineffective here. Unable to secure the kills, but I'm surprised they don't focus on the Heron heroes a little bit more, because they're going to run into a scenario where it's 2 Heron heroes versus 3. Oof.
I think they did a good job. I think they got
Xmas loses a Heron though, but it's 2 Herons to 1, and ooh, Xmas losing another Heron. Unfortunate. And they're down by 20% now, or 20 damage points, I should say.
Yep, just wrap this one up. It's over. Can't do anything now.
Oh yeah, and I mean, Xmas even has 2 less heals, 2 less kills, at a total disadvantage here. And Spyder, he's gonna heal him up, trap him in place. And here we go. So now,
totally unnecessary, but totally unnecessary to kill them. But might as well.
I mean, they're just boosting their damage at this point. It's going up pretty nicely.
Padding the stats.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Team eliminated.
And Xmas's Heron Guard hero will go down, and so. Wow, very much a rather back and forth game on the killing grounds. I really wish that the teams had all played this one at least once, because there's so much different things that can go on between all the different units. It's just, I love this map, man.
For sure, man.
I love
For
this
sure.
game too. So, did
Oh, do you?
I think
You
this
didn't-
ties it up, right? So now it's 1-1. The next winner, or the next game's winner is going to be moving on to the finals. Next game's loser will be moving on to play the Apple Scrappers. So we got Walter, 78 damage here. Spyder with the 9 kills. I mean, they ended up with less kills than Xmas and Garnish's team, but body count is based off of damage rather than kills, which, I mean, when you think about it, wouldn't body count just count for a body rather than damage? So, arguably, perhaps Xmas and Garnish should have won here, but that's just not the way the game type was designed.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, on to
Game
game
over.
3. GG all around. And so, Xmas and Garnish going from having the advantage to having their back against the wall as well. We'll have to see which team moves forward.
We will.
Yeah, Walter, I feel like they could do something like that. I mean, as what we've seen with King of the Map, they could also just make a new game type or 2 or 3 and just relabel them. I mean, it's different objectives. They could be just changing the game as we know it, the way that King of the Map kind of did. So we'll just have to wait and see what Project Magma cooks up with next. I know you can just post stuff on their forums and kind of suggest it. Let's see what happens with that. But anyway.
Yeah, we'll see if they ever get together again and
Yeah.
put something out. It might take the game not working on a new operating system to bring them out, but
I mean, the kill count, I almost said it was the original body count, but I think body count was actually based on, like, instead of showing you the actual damage, it would just show you, like, percentage-based ratios based off the total damage, but I'm not sure. That would be cool, though. I mean, it's just an interesting game type. But at the same time, when you're trading units, it's often largely beneficial if you end up trading for less units, but higher quality units. Yeah, like Thrall are kind of not worth shit. They might not even be worth trading if it's just going to give your opponents a huge advantage in that regard. But in body count, they don't really count against you much. Anyway, on to game 3. We got Mud Pit Massacre. It is the light variant. Game type, capture the flag. I'm gonna double the planning time here. Spyder saying it's a short walk, but he's being a little sarcastic here as his team's gonna start up in the northwest. Walter and Xmas, Garnish and Xmas starting in the southeast. Now I believe all 4 of these players were on an MWC team last year known as the Spice Boys. So it's interesting to see these guys kind of take each other on head to head after spending the summer together. I think they ended up taking home 3rd place in MWC. I forget though. Perhaps 4th. I do not recall. But we'll just have to see. Who knows? Maybe they form up the next upcoming tournaments. Perhaps they touch upon MWC later this year. I mean, hey, the sports are canceled. Could be a great time to make Myth esports popular.
Game on.
But I mean, unfortunately, there's just no market. Anyway, for trades, we have Garnish and Xmas. They're gonna come away with 2 plus. A dwarf. Looks like they're maxing the archers. It's already raining on Mud Pit, so we'll have to see if their dwarf comes into play, because Walter and Spyder won't be trading for any. And now we have a 9 minutes 30 seconds left. This was a 10-minute game. Walter instructing Spyder to just head off to the center. He's going to take a plus. Spyder's going to take a plus. And Garnish and Xmas splitting the same way. So one less archer once again for Xmas and Walter. It looks like that gives them these 4 thrall, or at least 3 more thrall for home defense. About 2 more thrall on defense for Xmas and Garnish, and they're actually going to keep their dwarf completely on defense.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, because if they get some goals up there with some satchels and pus, they can easily take it from some thrall.
Oh yeah. Team's making some contact mid. Garnish gonna begin the barrage of arrows. Walter getting a little bit too close, taking a lot of early damage, but he does have a melee advantage. He is securing mid, so it's a notable sacrifice here. I mean, Spyder's telling him to back off wisely, I believe, but Walter's encouraging him. Come on, man, let's go push. Let's keep pushing. We'll just have to see. I mean, Garnish in a really bad position here. He might lose quite a number of his archers. They're just too clumped together, and you got Puss moving in, but hey, it turned around.
And you got out there just in time.
Yeah, and we got a small goal over in the west, controlled by Garnish. So he's scouting that area, but it looks like Xmas just barely has anything on offense. He only controls 1 puss and 2 of the warriors. They could at least split up the archers as Spyder and Walter have done, because right now they can't even hold the ground despite having more units, more percentage, you know? Walter and Spyder losing 2 warriors early, not really able to trade. But I mean, the teams are just playing it nice and safe for now.
Yeah, neither of them wants to lose this one. They lose the series if they lose, so they're kind of weary of rushing.
Yep, just like the United States in the 1950s. But yeah, I mean, right now you got like both teams heading back to defend their flags, but they're not particularly sending a lot of units at each other. You just have the 1 scout unit controlled by Garnish.
I'll just say Ulrich didn't win the Great War by sitting back, you know.
No, man, he had to go like go and fight Balor, and then like sacrifice himself and throw the head in the Great Devoted, and he only really survived that encounter because, like, I don't know, I guess he's a great Avatar, but it's really because Bungie needed to continue a storyline for the sequel, and they didn't want to bring Balor back. Or I don't know. That's just speculation.
Are you're saying that the
Ooh, Xmas wants a
Dark
tie.
you're saying that the Fallen Lord should have won? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, no, but I mean, Ulrich kind of like gets Balor's head, sends him away, and like he threw the head in the hole. So technically, like, he saved the world. He brought peace. He destroyed Balor. Like, and the sequel should have been about like the Troll coming back and stomping the living shit out of them, and you have to fight them off. And the Tro actually bring the Mercuridia back, and then all of a sudden you need like crazy new strong light units. But like to this day, your only strong light unit is the Herengard hero. It's a very small number of Avatara, like dwarves. That's it. Archer heroes, but forest giants, you know. But like it's like even the forest giants in the game, they don't want anything to do with the humans. They're like, yeah, that kind of sucks, huh?
When you think about it, you gotta end on throwing the head in. That's Lord of the Rings right there. You know, that's where they got that.
Oh, the head came from the Lord of the Rings, huh?
No, no, no. What I'm saying is that in Lord of the Rings, right, they gotta throw the ring in the Mordor, right? In Myth, you gotta throw the head into the Great Void.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I thought was funny. So basically, you know, Soul Blighter's Golem.
Essentially, yeah, it kind of makes sense, dude. He's like a strong version of Gollum. I guess that's why this
Yeah.
is far less attractive, where it seems like you kind of have a weak-willed soul. I mean, you could say that Gollum's soul has essentially been blighted, if you think about it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. All right, so what do you think of this match? We got
Well, earlier I saw Xmas say that he wants to play for a tie. He could care less how this turns out, so I think the next game, I mean, this is probably Walter and Spyder's pick if in that case. Otherwise, I don't know why they would just try to play super defensive and throw it like that. I mean, as of right now, it looks like it would end up in a tie, as like Spyder needs to be with Walter here, and Walter should not engage until Spyder catches up. So he's got about 3 minutes left. We'll have to see if they get in position to make a push. And I mean, hey, if Walter and Spyder end up winning this here, they'll be moving on to the finals. But it just seems like Xmas and Garnish have like kind of lost a step since the Gimbal game, where I mean they had to fight back and turn that back around, but they've just kind of like stalled here despite having this advantage in archers, so to speak. Maybe they're down in pus, I'm not sure. But I mean, got rain coming, so Xmas's dwarf will be completely useless. A pus going down quick. It'll be used on an empty goal. The goal with the pus able to land on two of Garnish's bowmen. One will go down. Walter applying the pressure, waiting for Spyder to get in position, and another pus goes down, sniping out a few more of those bowmen.
Flag contested.
yeah, not really enough to take it.
No, not quite, not yet.
Flag
Walter,
contested.
he hasn't lost a bowman yet. They're kind of under fire here. Well, one will go down now, but yeah, they kind of use that pus really early. We'll have to see what their bowman can pick off in the next 2 minutes or so. As a journeyman will be able to take down one more of bowman. And it looks like Spyder will be going for melee now. They're just dissecting these two warriors getting kited by the journeyman,
Flag
which is pretty
contested.
good. But I mean, if this rain stops, then they're definitely not going to be able to deal with the dwarf.
For sure.
Spyder launches a volley, almost takes out the dwarf.
Almost.
Almost. And it looks like they're going to be able to almost snipe another almost. Garnish almost loses a warrior there. I mean, they're backing off their melee, but they really need to push in. Walter's going to make the call. And at this point, I would just be shooting the thrall. I wouldn't even be shooting the bowman. Fuck the bowman at this point. Because they're going to have to be able to win this melee fight somehow. They have 3 heals left with the journeyman, so it's possible with some micromanagement, but
30 seconds.
unfortunately the rain has stopped.
That's not good. Yeah.
And now this dwarf is, I mean, it's in great position to deal some damage. They're able to drop 3 of the thrall with the heals.
Flag contested.
And, ooh, that dwarf, before it goes down, blasting Spyder's 2 warriors. Otherwise, this melee would have been much closer. We got a sudden death? Or no.
Death.
No sudden death.
3 seconds.
Oh yeah, there is one.
Game over.
Small little delay there, but yeah, it looks like we got a tie. And so, what
So
to take
next
away
match.
from that? Why don't you take this away for a little bit? I'll be right back.
Yeah, so we got kind of a early fight. People just backed off. Didn't seem like anyone could get a fight they really wanted. So Father Xmas and Garnish just satisfied with the tie. Not sure what Walter and Spy should have done. Maybe they should have came down and got their units there earlier and pestered them in the corner. That's probably what they could have done differently to take advantage of that defensive position. Yeah, push earlier. I agree. I think, yeah, you just get your units down there and just pester them if they're in the corner. You gotta play them take advantage of the way they're playing.
As best as you can, and I mean, Xmas and Garnish wanted the tie here. They're gonna get what they wanted. I have to see if it works out in their favor, as they were kind of very slightly out BC'd there, falling short of overall team damage by 2, short of a kill by 1.
Yeah.
You know,
I think Walter, yeah, if you expect a flank, I think that's just where that scouting, it's got to get that scouting. I don't know if he had much goals around, but
yeah, I mean, they just kind of used it really early, but I think the teams were kind of expecting their opponents to have more units because they kind of backed off for a little bit, remember? And they were just kind of like idling around, not sure if they should make a move or not. Because if Walter and Spyder had stayed together and moved together and kind of felt confident about knowing the total amount of enemy units on the map, then I feel like they would have just been able to attack all at once rather than I mean, Spyder's warriors and Bowman were unfortunately late, and by then Walter had already used some of his pus. If he ends up using all of that together, they might have very well toppled Xmas and Garnish's defense there. But I mean, hey, hats off to Xmas and Garnish for holding their flag, and
yeah, I think Walter and Spy, the only thing they could have really done to make that work was some excellent scouting. With some excellent scouting, they would have realized there's nobody out there, and they could have just pushed hard.
Definitely. And
probably put some warriors on scout duty, you know.
Yeah, or I don't know, even use the plus goals and just know that you don't have any of your own goals in the area to counter enemy goals, which, I mean, honestly, it's not even that best of an idea, I think, because there's a chance that your pus can dud anyway, so then at that point the opponent can just use their pus really quickly and get a free pus, and then you have none, you know what I mean? The trade will just backfire, so.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Walter. Yeah, being unvoiced helps get the communication back and forth a lot earlier, so that way you can get your units in position faster.
Yeah. And then you can just communicate what's going on in the game better. But I do appreciate you guys use text so that, observing these games, we can kind of get a sneak peek on what you guys are paying attention to and talking about and stuff like that.
Maybe you can get some speech to text for us.
Yeah, and then I guess I'd like to give another shout out to Vazazel. He's one of the spectators who had joined watching that top bracket finals game. Other observers: Tycho X, Scratch, Overdose, Bridgestone. And so we're on to game 4 here in this best of 3. Now, each team has a win, a loss, and a tie apiece. We'll have to see what the players pick. It looks like they'll be picking something that will not be able to tie. It's going to be a last man on the hill on the map, the Badlands. And it looks, out of all those spectators I just mentioned, Jahral Toad has now entered the observers table as well.
Yeah, best of 3 going to game 4.
Yeah, so I mean, let's see which team heads off into the finals here. Which team will be heading off to battle with Thalander and Spoon.
So after this one, we got the bottom bracket playing for second place, right?
Correct, and I mean the finals haven't been played yet, but when they are, we can jump right on top of it.
Yeah. So okay, so the finals haven't been played or the bottom bracket.
No, the bottom bracket finals have. They have indeed.
Okay.
I do know who emerges as the victor here, but I'm just going to play this out without any spoilers.
Just play dumb. I can't follow your bracket, so I don't know who.
What do you mean? It's like you got the first seed against the fourth seed. You got the second seed against the third seed. There's a lot of seeding, dude. The bracket, it grows into a tree. The tree ends up being branches.
Now, does the tree grow money? That's what I want to know.
You know, unfortunately it does not, but it used to back in the day. Trust me, I know all about it. But I could.
Back in the glory days.
Oh yeah. The glory days. I may have even missed the glory days, but at least I was able to live some of my own.
This tree is how you got through college, huh? Did you go to college?
Oh yeah. I'm graduating. I got paper. It's cool. But
If Parts channel kicks off, it does. Yep. Make some money on that ad revenue.
no, I wish. I mean, I should have done that immediately while I was still in college, because that's when it was really like popping off in the early start of the 2010s decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have a tough time trying to get, good ad revenue on Myth nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't make as much as you used to be able to before they regulated everything and made more money of their own, you know? So, anyway.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to pop to the game. It's kind of boring. One team gets 2 Warlocks, the other team has a melee rush. We'll have to see how they decide it. Now you take over.
Yeah, one team has Spyders, which isn't going to do... Well, they might be able to pick off the Warlocks, but...
And I think the idea is, like, your Warlock can get a shot off. It has to wait a little bit before it can shoot again. And then it has a mana bar, so it can only, like, get 2 shots off quickly, so to speak. You know what I mean? So you can just block those with the Spyders that are only worth 1 point and move in your melee. And have your melee, like, kill stuff. And you can kind of trade it out like that. So sometimes rushing can be effective in Badlands.
Twitch wasn't available then. When did Twitch become a thing?
I mean, it was kind of available, but it was kind of available to very few because people didn't have the right equipment for it yet, or the right programs. But I don't know, because I was streaming on YouTube by, like, 2013, I believe, was when I first did my first stream. It was, like, July something. Maybe July 7th.
Twitch came available in 2017. No, it is available.
It was available long before that, yeah. Because I think I was doing Twitch streaming stuff at least by 2016.
Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead. 2006. That's the year I graduated high school.
Wow, yeah, that was the year I got to my first MWC finals. Back in the day.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we had a rowdy bunch. I should honestly cast all those games because they're still available online, and they might be some of the most hilarious games I've ever played. But
you're within a century, Walter.
He's off by a little bit. So Walter's saying, get ready to rush here. Got Xmas and Garnish in the south. Garnish a little bit out of position to launch a fireball, but Xmas going to take a quick shot.
You know what?
Takes
I
out
think
two
they should do
spiders.
is have them both in position and both shoot, firebombs right at the mercs at the same time. So they got two different angles.
Oh yeah, right now they're angled awfully.
You know,
Awfully.
I think that might have got them because it would have been they had the one, spider in position, but they didn't have one on the other side. They would have been scrambling, trying to grab something to put it in the way.
Yeah, and I mean, Garnish still has mana left, but it's gonna just get blocked immediately by Walter. It was a nice block. Xmas
is all this melee out of the.
He's got
the
no
wrong
mana to
spot.
do it though. Not enough mana. The push was too quick.
Yeah,
now
well, if
his
if you're gonna
warlock's
have a
going
rush,
down.
His units were running away from the fight while half his units were in the battle. Like, you have to either commit or you gotta, you know what I mean? You can't do both.
Yeah, otherwise it spreads you too thin. I mean, you could essentially maybe kite the other player into a bad position, but right there, that did not work well at all. I mean, going down to the melee, the percentage is kind of getting close, but Walter and Spyder in a lead. And Xmas and Garnish rapidly losing units.
Team eliminated.
Yeah.
Boom!
It's over.
Just like that, a slam dunk by Walter, Wight, and Spyder for Team WalterSpyder. They end up with 30 kills, 113 damage. Walter Wight leading the game, 19 kills, 69 damage. What more could you ask for? And I mean, both these guys heading off to the finals. We'll have to see how they end up. I mean, maybe they can get some information off these casts just by being able to watch their play again and making a few subtle changes here to just be ready for the Apples. Yeah, I'm editing that out. Anyway, on to Xmas and Garnish. They will be going to the bottom bracket in order to play the Apple Scrappers. And we got 25 kills, 80 damage, but it's not enough to seal the deal. Unfortunate for them. I mean, like you were saying, they need to spread their warlocks out a little bit more just so they had some better positioning. And then if they were going to commit their melee, they needed to commit it all at once, as that was really the only unit type, so to speak, of that Walter and Spyder had, just all melee units. And right here we saw it work out in their favor.
Game over.
Yep, good job, Walter. Bye. Well done. Way to be aggressive and take advantage of Garnish and Xmas being out of position.
Definitely, man. I mean, they kind of they did control the pace of, like, I feel every game in that series, which was pretty good. Even though, you know, Xmas and Garnish able to give them some trouble, able to draw out a tie. It was like, even though Garnish and Xmas won that game, it was still like a come from behind win. Like, Walter and Spyder started out throwing blows, throwing punches. And I don't know. Yep, onto the bottom bracket finals now between Garnish and his team. I believe it's Overdose has returned to his team. Xmas heading off to the bench to join Zach the Fiend, YOLO, and Mouse Leisure. And Thalander Spoon showing up for the Apple Scrappers. So, on to game number 1.
Dun dun dun. I can just see Par alt tabbing between all the screens right now.
Now, I clicked recording. I don't know what the fuck it was doing. Mind my French. So, here we go. Game 1 A best of 3 gimbal in the wave game type, last one on the hill. Thal and Spoon representing the Apple Scrappers versus Overdose and Garnish representing the OverDish. Epic times. So what do you think about this so far? Jeoku, what do you see?
Let's see. We got Waldorf. All right. Let's see. Go to the other team. Let's see what they got. All right. So looks like they got traded some goals for some Thrall, probably, right? So.
Ooh, they might not have actually traded yet, because Thal still has 100% of the units, and this is very much the default trade.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah, good point.
So what do we got from Overdose and Garnish?
Yeah, so interesting. So I think technically, Overdose and Garnish are closer to the flag, aren't they?
I mean, they're both fairly equally distant. They might be a very small amount closer. I feel like they do have an advantage getting to the hill because they'll kind of be up top quick, and there's just a steeper decline here on the hill that Thal and Spoon will have to go up. So, I mean, honestly, if Thal and Spoon go up towards the west and then go mid, it would be their better option than just trying to go here. But I don't think they know where Overdose and Garnish have spawned yet, albeit when a unit dies, it's going to leave its body parts on the map for everyone to be able to see. And so once the teams heal their whites, if they do, then the teams are going to be able to scout the other team's starting position out, so to speak, you know?
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, good point. Yeah, so I'm sure they get used to looking around the map then for the dead Thrall then.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing about Myth is there's like, you could have so many different things to keep track of. That's what people refer to it as, like a steep learning curve, because there's so much different stuff you could technically learn. And it's like sometimes you learn so much you start to forget it, you know? So we'll just have to see what happens here if both teams keep in mind to it. And so we got Thal trading for 6 archers, a dwarf, decent amount of melee here, about 12 melee units total if you don't count the goals. Meanwhile, you got a full melee rush by the Overdish. They're maxing out their warriors, they're maxing out their Stygians. They got a dwarf, a journeyman,
Game
4 goals. We'll have to wait and see if Overdose and Garnish choose to pick up bottles here. It could really work out in their favor. They get some extra explosive power, and they have a start location right next to the river, so they'll be able to secure those duds. Just have to see if they have the patience for it. But I mean, Overdose is, yeah, he's able to secure 1 at the very least. He might even be bringing a satchel. We'll take the camera off them, so it's a little bit of a surprise, but
yes, they got to the flag first.
oh yeah.
They gained the dwarf in position.
Thal and Spoon holding it down. I mean, I guess they ended up at the flag a little bit closer than we calculated. The dwarf moving into position for Apple Scrappers, drawing first blood, taking out a Stygian. Woo! And the dwarf goes down.
Oh, that's not good.
All the pus kind of falling apart for Garnish and Overdose. Closing in on the dwarf. It goes down, but Thal dropping, or Spoon rather, dropping a counter pus, paralyzing all of Garnish's warriors. So Garnish and Overdose down 20%, still keeping up with the push, but still a lot of units left. I mean, a lot of bowmen left for Thal and Spoon. Garnish and Overdose engaging in the micromanagement.
Yep.
It's actually getting pretty close. Let's have to see what these bowmen do. Looks like they're going in for the stab, and Thal putting his thrall into action.
Yeah, way to use those
Able
thrall.
to secure that melee. And so
Yeah,
all of the bowmen going down here, but now... Oh! One of the bowmen survives, a Stygian Knight goes down.
Flag contested.
And so, about 5 units... Oh, the Journeyman is actually also on Thal Spoon's team. 1 unit to 6, yeah.
Captured.
So Overdose Garnish, their rush is going to fall a little bit short. They end up coming up with more damage than the opposing team, but it's not enough to take out this remaining 20% that Thal and Spoon owned.
Yeah, it ended up being closer than I thought. I thought Thal did a really good job with the... They got rid of that Dorth and they got that good plus on the units and stuff, so it ended up being a lot closer at the end than I was expecting based on how the battle went out.
Yeah, I mean, Thal and Spoon started off with that defense. They really were able to hold their ground. They started dealing their damage. I mean, they held that advantage for the rest of the game, adapting a very much bend but don't break strategy. But I'm surprised that Overdose and Garnish just never really gave up there and kept applying the pressure all the way until the end. Just kind of falling short. I mean, if they just coordinated that push a little bit better, and I mean, their dwarf got sniped out. I don't think it was pust, but he just died to some flame arrows, and it could have definitely helped him out.
Yeah, for sure. They got rid of the doors fast.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they neutralized the artillery pretty quickly, because, I mean, they were pretty much going for an all-melee push anyway, but it ended up not being enough. I mean, all their warriors at one point getting plussed. Unfortunate for Overdose and Garnish. So,
Team
game 1.
eliminated.
Going to the
Game
Apple Scrappers. They take Gimbal.
That pus, Walter says, was from Spoon.
Walter says what?
That pus was by Spoon.
Ah, yeah. Clutch.
Yeah, if he didn't get that, with how close it ended up being, they probably would have lost.
Oh, yeah. So, on to the next game. We have Apple Scrappers against OverDish on the Badlands, a last man on the hill. If I recall correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but Overdose and Garnish went for just a rush last time, didn't they? Or no, they went for artillery, they got rushed, and they lost to Walter and Spyder in that method. And it seems like they're going to go for the same type of trade here. Let's see if they've changed it up a little bit. But Overdose is just saying no strategy, just die with dignity. It sounds like they might be giving up a little bit early. I hope they didn't, but we'll just have to see. They're over in the northwest, but out here in the northeast, we got Thal and Spoon. I mean, both teams splitting down their units evenly, 50% to 50. You got a few Solus for the Apple Scrappers. Both teams the same amount of Spiders.
Game on.
So that'll mean that Overdose and Garnish have like maybe 2 more Zerks. Doesn't look like they maxed out their Herring Guard, however. Unfortunate. I like to max the Mercuridia here. I like to max the Herons because they all give you a heal. Get the Zerks after that. But let's see here. I mean, the players are just discussing what they're playing on, or what they're able to host games of Myth on. Shout out to Thal's 2009 Minimac. Looks like Garnish and Overdose are just kind of running from Thal. Maybe it's Spoon actually the one inspiring the terrorists. He's actually been called out to be Apple Scrapper's MVP of this tournament rather than Thal, which has been interesting to say the very least. And it looks like, I mean, both these players very much ready for the fight, and Overdose and Garnish moving out of the way at first, but now it looks like they're finally ready to face them.
Yeah, Thal's best decision in this whole tournament was his teammate.
You could say so. I'm sure he would agree. He's a humble man.
Yeah. It takes two to win, that's for sure.
And the players trading some Warlock shots, unable to land a hit. Thal reserving his melee, taking out these Spyders for some quick veterans. Garnish popping off another shot, as well as Spoon, both coming up short. And it looks like Spoon applying the pressure with his melee units, blocking those Warlocks. Garnish getting ready to block Thal's shot, I hope, but he doesn't have any mana himself to knock something out. One of his Zerk is going to go down.
Thal and Spoon doing a good job of getting them surrounded. They're, you know, they got the advantage as far as positioning.
Oh yeah. Looks like a Zerk gonna go down for the Spooner. And his Warlock gonna get poked.
Oh, Spoon. It's Thal's a Spoon picked. Spoon picked Thal. Oh no, he lost the Warlock. Oh no.
Yeah, Thal's Warlock surprisingly goes down to Garnish. Nice shot, Garnish. Very nice, man. Amazing. And now, looks like Spoon trying to put the hurt on some melee over there. Garnish kind of got his units fighting both players at the moment. Overdose, he's got full mana looking to take a shot. And so, OverDish have a small advantage here. However, Thal and Spoon, they still control the flag. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Spoon Spyder's gonna go down there, clumped a little too close for that fireball. And it looks like they are pushing. Thal gonna win this small micromanagement. Garnish able to inflict some kills before losing his units himself.
Yeah, get your melee spread out. Good job, send the weak unit up. Perfect. So now here on after that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, never mind. Sometimes I get confused which unit is which. I need to get these colors figured out better.
I mean, it's green and green. It's tough. I feel you on that.
Yeah. Maybe after playing, you know, another 10 years, you know, I'll figure it out.
No, even then, man, it's tough. You can get like 7 different kinds of blue in the same game. It's ridiculous. So, some melee gonna get chopped off the block there. Spoon's Mercuridia moving in on Overdose's Warlock. Just about to go berserk there.
Taking missile.
Oh yeah.
5
It will go
minutes
down.
remaining.
Thal poking away with his Solus here. Able to
Nice
deliver
job.
a spear on Garnish.
Oh, and another. Can he finish him?
Ooh.
Is that gonna do it?
Garnish's Solus going down. And Spoon
we-
almost losing his as well. But hey, nice work by Thal's Soul there. Like, able to snipe.
Yeah, way to sneak that in.
This is still neck and neck, man. Like 68
Yeah,
to 67%.
Can't get much closer than that. Can't get
Oh,
1%
no.
closer.
Oh, looks like
Oh.
Overdose autoed on that Mercuridia. And Spoon moves it away from the Warlock just in time. Only taking damage there. He's able to heal that Merc. Got 4 minutes remaining. Overdose is making the call. He's saying, hey, we should focus on Thal. Let's go kill Thal, I guess. So we'll have to see, but I mean, these units pretty much have the same movement speed. Maybe he might be tough to catch. I would try to move in on this Warlock. It's down in mana at the moment. Overdose has the mana advantage.
I mean, I can agree. I think you got to start circling around and start getting in position to take the flag.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Garnish wants the melee here. It's going to be able to snipe out a Heron Guard, but Overdose losing his Warlock. Spoon losing his Warlock. And so the percentages kind of flip-flop a little bit, but both teams still a small 1% difference.
Yeah, it's basically even, but you get down to 1%, I don't think the game is accurate enough to really...
Oh, it's going to come down to the clicks. I mean, Garnish, he's got quite a number more units to micromanage here. So it might be tough for him as he's approached by Thal and Spoon at the same time. Overdose kind of off in the distance. And Thal and Spoon out to a 10% lead, a 7% lead.
Oh, don't run now.
Thal and Spoon losing some more units.
I hate that. I hate, you know, you get into the fight and then you pull. I don't understand.
Yeah, they had to just keep engaging the melee there. I think it would have came out in their favor a little bit more.
Yeah,
And it looks like they actually left 2 Mercridia behind, and that could have made or broke the game, man. Because, I mean, you have 2 green Mercridia here. You get these 2 green Mercridia in that fight. Could have been much different, man. Could have been much different. Wow.
Yeah, I think they pulled out and then they didn't have all their there. That's a pretty costly mistake there.
Yeah! It's going to lead to their elimination, unfortunately. And so...
Good job, Overdose, Garnish.
Yeah, thank you guys for playing in the tournament. I mean, I kind of saw your team develop throughout the tournament. You went through so many different players on your roster and kind of finally found something to work between Overdose and Father Xmas, which was nice to see. And I mean, initially...
Yeah, Garnish and Associates.
Yeah, like initially I just didn't know what to expect from a Garnish and Zach team, but it ended up being something pretty cool, I think. So thank you guys. I mean, unfortunately for OverDish, they are eliminated. And the Apple Scrappers will be moving on to the finals. They will be WalterSpyder's opponent. And right here in this game, you got Thal, most damage, most kills. It's going to be something Walter and Spyder might struggle to deal with, is just how ferocious Thal has been once his back has been against the wall. I mean, it's almost been like the QRs all over again since his team had plummeted to the bottom bracket. And I mean, what better team to play in the finals than the team that they had sent to the bottom bracket? So, you know, a little bit of a vengeance narrative, one could say, about this finals matchup coming up.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it should be fun to watch. And so, I mean, thank you guys all for playing. Thank you guys for observing over on Twitch chat. I appreciate it. Tropic Inferno, Walter Wight, and the other viewers as well. I'd like to thank you for joining the cast, Jeoku. I mean, it's been great. I'm glad you could be checking out some multiplayer myth, and well, hope to see you for the finals cast, good sir.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure.
Game over.
Yeah, when are they playing that game? Do they have a day yet? You got a day yet, though?
Yeah, I wonder.
And Walter, I guess Walter's in here too. You guys should pick a date right now.
Yeah, let's get it played.
One day.
Sounds about right.